Thank you, Miranda, for introducing me. I'm Dr. Regina Moore. I am a pharmacist by background. I live out on the Oregon coast in Yachats. I am 35 years old. Right, yeah, I had to double check that math real quick. And I consider myself to be mostly retired from my traditional profession. I'm not working very much as a pharmacist anymore, maybe a day or two a month. I've been the sole breadwinner in my home since we moved to Oregon in 2013, and debt-free, including my house, since 2015. So I'm not somebody who comes from a low-income background with my profession, and that allowed me a lot of opportunities that got me to where I am now. In 2018, my son, who was 2 at the time, was diagnosed with cancer, pretty progressive metastatic neuroblastoma. Kind of set our whole world upside down, and we spent a little over a year up here in Portland for the most part, camped out at Ronald McDonald House and Dornbecker. He's fine right now, so that is wonderful. He's 6 years old now. But I was already well on the path to FI, had achieved debt freedom, was already trying to look at ways that I could potentially exit traditional employment early. I was not able to work very much through my son's cancer treatment, but on top of the fact that I couldn't work, his status just really had me rethink how much I wanted to work at that to really, hit that goal hard and be able to fully retire, in 5 or 6 years. And I decided to back off and take a little bit more of the kind of coast FI approach, if you've heard of that. And things have really seemed to have fallen into place since then. I co-founded womenspersonalfinance.org with my internet best friend and business partner, Angela Rosman. She started off blogging at Tread Lightly, Retire Early, and had formed the Women's Personal Finance Women on Fire Facebook community, which was about 15 to 20,000 members when me and Angela decided to turn it into something a little bit more formal, in part because we were afraid to give so much power with a really impactful community solely over to Facebook in case anything should ever happen to it. So we launched a website and a small paid community to go along with our free Facebook community in 2021. And since then, the Facebook group has crossed over to 60,000 members as of this week, actually. And we are just shy of 600 members and mission supporters. We're fully community funded. We don't have any sponsors. And we're really proud of what we're doing over there, and so many people think it is an awesome place to be. Around our topic tonight, empathy and inclusivity, when we're talking about personal finance, our community has always been about the community and the members more than about me and Angela as co-founders. We've never felt comfortable, being the big limelight and wanting to tell everybody how to live their lives or to expound on our personal expertise, even though we've both of us done pretty well for ourselves financially. And a thing that was a thread in the community from the beginning was that finance touches all parts of people's life, and you can't separate it from any one point. One of the favorite questions that we get when people are newer in the group is somebody will ask a question or bring up a topic, and they'll say, "What does this have to do with finance?" And at this point, our members are pretty well trained to speak up before any of our moderator staff needs to and explain to whoever is asking the question 50 different reasons why something other than a question explicitly about money is relevant to somebody's finance. We've been working really hard to craft intentional community around shared values to give people a comfortable place to be. And the baseline value for us with our community is that it's okay and it's encouraged to talk about money wherever you're at in your journey. That's the starting point. That's why people join the community. And quite frequently, they don't know what FI means. They have no idea what FIRE is, but they're curious about their finances and they're there. So if the conversations are not allowed to happen in a way that makes sense to them, the questions may never get addressed or answered. We have worked really hard trying to meet people where they're at and support and encourage them at all the steps of their financial journeys, from beginning to pay off debt to the first $10 that they invest. And we find that having discussions about real life and lived experience helps to bring up a lot of discussions around money that may not start off being about money. And because our community is so large and has people from all areas of experience, people who are further along or at different phases but may have lived those same unique problems can often build connections and help to shed light on things for people and really bring them in and make them feel welcome and help introduce them to all of these concepts. So I think that's the big part for us is just making sure that you are addressing that people are complex. People who come from low-income backgrounds, often once you get into having those conversations about their experiences, are exceptionally financially savvy and may have a lot more skills than some of us who come from higher incomes do. There's a lot more planning that they do. They have a skill set. You just have to find a way to bring them into the conversation and to make them comfortable. And we really enjoy seeing the empowerment that comes from that and helping to build community for them. So, thank you.